tonight's broadcast. Scott Sager here with you, RTC TV4. This is the first time we've ever tried to go live from Rochester Middle School Natatorium. Yeah, the cameras are going to be at the far end, and it's going to be a little difficult to see some of that diving, but we'll do our best here today with what we've got. A nice crowd on hand for tonight's event. Put up our lower third. You know that Rochester and Tippecanoe Valley are facing off tonight. So we'll keep it here and bring it back as soon as they get the action started from Rochester Middle School.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Community State Bank has maintained a tradition of service since opening our doors in May of 1930. For the past 88 years, we have been committed to building personal relationships in all of the communities we serve. Offering both personal and business accounts, Community State Bank is your local friend and neighbor. Stop by any of our local offices to set up your accounts today. Online at csbnetbank.com.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
The Jim Kitchell Agency would like to wish the Pioneer Panthers best of luck in tonight's contest. Count on Kitchell for all of your farm, home, auto, commercial, or life insurance needs. Available by phone or online at kitchellagency.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice, data, and video connectivity for the 21st century. Local service, local support, local investment. Online at rtc1.com.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Scott Sager back with you here, RTC TV4. Getting ready to present the Rochester Swimming and Diving Competition against Tippecanoe Valley. It's the first time we've gone live from the RMS Natatorium. Had some struggles during testing, but we got the best we can get. Going to go into the introductions and whatnot, and then we'll get going here, but I'm going to kick it back over to some of our sponsors, and we'll be back.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff at Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Woodlawn Hospital, offering state-of-the-art care for Fulton County for over 100 years. Woodlawn Hospital is the area's healthcare leader. Comprehensive care from head to toe. Online at woodlawnhospital.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
This is the 32nd time Christmas has been hosted in this house. 32 times decorating the tree.
Contact Jennings Insurance Agency today or visit one of our offices in Argus and Rochester.
So we're back here. Scott Sager along with my lovely wife Glenda is now joining me. Thanks for being here, Glenda.
I wouldn't be anyplace else.
Doing a great job helping with the concessions here at Rochester Swimming and Diving. Diving is going to be first. We'll try and slide our camera over a little bit. We've only got a little bit of wiggle room here at Rochester. We're working on some new ideas to place cameras permanently, but they're not in place, so we're giving you the best we got tonight.
We'll sure give it a try.
We really will. So I'm going to move the camera and hand it over to you for a minute, Brian, and we'll go from there.
All right.
Kelly. Elena is doing dive for you to see. Reverse, one somersault, tuck position, breathe with 1.6. Bradley will be doing dive 302C. Reverse one somersault, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6. I had you first one.
Okay, as I said, the camera position is not going to be the best tonight, but we're working on it. Appreciate everybody who's been patient with us over the years as we've worked out all the kinks. Bradley Bickle here for the Zebras. Bradley, one of the better male divers we've seen in a while, representing well, coming in as a freshman this year.
He's done a great job coming into this, and we're glad to have another diver.
Absolutely.
Elena had a really good first dive as well. I tend not to talk too much when it's diving. So.
No, you gotta be quiet during diving. We'll do the best we can to bridle our excitement. I'm going to back the camera out a little bit. We're moving.
Next dive, Elena is doing dive 401B. Inward dive, pipe position, degree of difficulty 1.5. Inward dive. Scores. 5 Bradley is doing dive 103C. Somersaults, tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6.
Hopefully that's a little better angle for folks out there.
Yeah, it's really tough with those flags coming across there, so.
Well, I had an ingenious idea of trying to go live. We've got Valley tonight here with an opportunity to film them, and then Thursday night will be senior night here for the Rochester Swimmers. So we wanted to try and get live finally working here. As Mr. Bickle goes in. Nice dive there. Coming back to some fives, I think. 4.5. Yeah.
And Kevin Kelly is also doing a great job this year.
Thank you.
Another freshman, I believe.
Yeah, we had some remote cameras that we've used at other venues, and we could not get those connected today. It's a glitch, so we'll work on that for Thursday's event, see if we can't change the camera angle up a little bit here today. Hopefully you're enjoying what we've provided. The inwards always scare me every time.
really sure do. I think every mom in this place takes a gasp of breath when that happens.
It's the dads too, I'll tell you that. I was smart tonight. I wore shorts.
I noticed that. Good job.
I need flip-flops though to go with it. I think I'd feel more at home.
Really compliment your outfit. Yeah.
Very fluid, graceful.
5, 6, 4,
And the judges agree.
That's right. I'm a bad job of that.
202A. Back one somersault straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7.
A big night. We've got the Zebras on after, I think at 6:55 they switch over and go over to the Zebras here on Channel 4 if you're watching at home.
Awesome.
We'll get as much of the swimming in beforehand as we can before kicking over. Bradley with another nice dive.
Good job. Good job. Nice scores.
51-22D. Forward, one somersault, one twist,
I think if we could get them to take down that middle row of flags, we have a pretty good shot here.
We would, but
Maybe you can still see that entry. I understand.
it's up to me to find another camera angle. We will find it.
Yeah.
And get the equipment working. Very nice.
score. 4.5, 5.
And, a lot of them look good to me, but I don't always have the same scores in my mind that the judges have. I just haven't learned enough about scoring yet. So.
Gotcha. Well, there's a science to it, as they say.
Absolutely.
So. Again, very graceful. Anytime you flip upside down, it scares me.
5 1/2, 6. Bradley is doing 94-2C. Inward, one somersault tuck position, degree of difficulty 1.6.
So we've got a big week this week. Big game tomorrow night. That's going to be between the #1 Northwestern girls basketball team versus #2 in 2A, and that's going to be Oak Hill. And we've got a sponsor for that. We're going to go down and cover that. R.D. Phillips is our sponsor for that. Janitorial supplies. Work a lot with veterans down in the Howard County area. So we'll watch Bradley's dive here. Again, an inward.
Like a nice entry.
Yes. So Steve Stricker will be down there tomorrow for that.
One somersault straight position, degree of difficulty 1.7. Scores. 6 1/2, 5 1/2, 6.
Some good scores there for Tippecanoe.
Absolutely. Kate was doing a great job.
It's very graceful. Has some nice lines there.
Scores. 6 1/2. Bradley is going at 51-22.
So for those of you new to this, divers all get 6 dives.
Graded from 1.9.
They vary in degrees of difficulty, which will equate to a total score. Once the judge's score is attributed to that, it goes into a formula.
Scores. 5 1/2, 5.
Another nice dive for Bradley.
53-21. Reverse, one somersault, one half twist, three position, rated holding 1.8.
I know Bradley went down the Mechanic Walk quite a bit doing diving practice and getting some instruction down there. Do you know, did Mr. Kelly go down there as well?
I'm not positive, but I'm thinking so. I think they both did.
Okay. Let's play it off.
Absolutely.
And when we get into the team competitions, sectionals and TRC, etc., that diving makes all the difference. Yes, we've been beaten by diving more than once that we've been down at TRC. So,
And not having been very many divers the last few years, we're really happy to have these two boys.
it's something I'm glad to see some kids getting into. We haven't had as many in the past couple of years, but
And just being freshmen, we've got a lot to look forward to.
absolutely, and hopefully that will inspire some others in their grades,
I
and
hope
even
so,
some of the
too.
lower grades.
Yeah.
As we've been
Some nice scores there.
absolutely.
One somersault, rated holding 1.5. Score 5-6-6.
Nice dive there.
As soon as the stroke flags and the lane lanes are in, we will be ready to begin.
So diving very quick this evening with just our 3 divers, and that has been completed, and we'll have a little break, warm-up time before the rest of the meet takes place.
That was the last dive?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I thought we had one more round. I apologize for that. So the kids are going to do that. We're going to kick you back over to some sponsors. Couldn't do it without them. Thanks to all of our sponsors.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors.
Knievel Insurance Agency of Royal Center, offering home, auto, farm, and commercial business insurance tailored to fit your custom needs. We are the smart insurance choice. Contact Knievel Insurance today for your free quote. The Winnemac Corner Deli. From daily lunch specials to full-service event catering, the Winnemac Corner Deli offers a variety of mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees. Stop by today or reach out to us on Facebook. The Winnemac Corner Deli. Smoking good food.
Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
Tippecanoe Valley Rochester High School, where the Rochester Zebras diving team just completed their assault of the water. I don't know what I want to say there. They did a nice job tonight. Pretty nice scoring. Scott Sager, Glenda Sager here with you. See the kids all jumping in the pool. The swimmers are getting geared up. They'll be hitting the water here in a few moments for the first event. And as I've said, if you just now tuned in, we've got a camera angle clear down at the end, so bear with us as we go through that tonight. We'll do our best. We actually have a heat shoot, which I've never seen at Rochester before.
I'm really impressed.
So this is our inaugural night, if you will, to go live from the natatorium. Happy to do it. Happy to provide the coverage to the kids. And we'll do the best we can. In the meantime, enjoy these scenes of all the kids warming up. And that's going to be the shot of the pool tonight, folks. It's going to be the best we can give to you based on what we've got. And we'll fix this in the future here. We'll make sure we're on the sides and can follow the swimmers a little better. Obviously, the starting blocks down at the far end, you'll get to see them do their turns and head back and root for them along the way. We'll do the best we can. Again, Scott Sager here with your RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Okay. Well, here we are at the Rochester Middle School natatorium for Doing
Okay.
some checking here on things. Make
Yeah.
sure we've got everything set up okay.
Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3. We'll be back after this.
Looks like we still need 3 more timers. We need 2 more timers.
Okay, we're testing. We want to see how that audio comes out. Okay, they're gathering some timers, it looks like, Glenda.
Looks like we're having a little trouble getting enough timers tonight. So if you need something to do, come on out to the swim meet and be
be
one
a
of our
timer
timers,
for us,
please.
right? So we'll get started. Event number 1 is the girls 200-yard medley relay. We'll get that up on the board for you. Hey, through the magic of technology, event number 1, the girls 200 medley relay.
Awesome.
So we got that part figured out. Again, we apologize for the camera angle. Bear with us tonight. We'll make it better in the future.
It's a work in progress.
Well, we have to have that outside internet connection, and of course, we sent people over here through the week already. And big thanks to Scotty King, Brad Thomas, and all the guys who make these things happen. But
It does take a team.
through all of that determined where we could set.
Right, right.
And so we've tried to find this little area that is, I don't know, where are we? This is the east side of the pool, isn't it? Southeast side.
It is.
So we'll do our best here tonight, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Andrews, Shane, Bowden. Lane 4, Tippecanoe. Here, currently living good, Deshawn. Lane 5, Rochester, Steele, Hyatt, Shepherd, Callaway. Mr. Referee.
So we have teams in 3 lanes, 2 Rochester teams and 1 Valley team in this. So Rochester's in lane 3 and 5 and Valley in lane 4.
So you got 3 lanes going right now. You've got 3, 4, and 5. Lane 3 is Rochester. That's Rao, Shank, Andrews, and Bodie. In the middle lane, you've got Tippecanoe Valley, Fear, Living Good, Conley, and Deshawn. And over in lane 5, you have McKenna Beal, Adrian Shepard, Mallory Hyatt, and Madeline Callaway.
And we start out with the backstroke.
And you can see the lane assignments because we're on the end. You can see which ones, 1,
You
2, 3,
actually can.
4, and 5. So we'll do our best here with you.
And there go the second swimmers. And they come towards us with the breaststroke.
Two zebra teams neck and neck here.
They are doing the butterfly stroke.
And only one heat, I assume, of this, Glenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We've got two teams here that are not really particularly large, so we should be able to do everything in one heat, I think, tonight. I haven't looked that far ahead, but I think so. And of course, finishing with the freestyle here on this lap. And those Rochester swimmers were pretty close, a little quicker on the turn.
Yeah, lane
for
2.
the lane
or lane 3, sorry.
Which is Paige Bodie.
Rochester's
nice finish there.
Unique in another way, and I can, when I get back over to the camera, I can turn it and show you, but their lanes don't all show up on one, their times don't all show up on one board.
Time, yes.
It's multiple boards across the entire wall of the pool here.
We have 3 boards, so it's difficult
you
to
don't
get
even
that
get
all in
that.
one
Yeah,
shot.
you don't even get that picture in picture. We typically do, but we're working with things and want to make it the best it can be.
And now we'll have the boys in the same event.
Got to keep me honest here, Glenda. I have to change that on our list here.
Okay.
See if I can't push that up. There you go. Event 2.
And it
boys
looks like
200.
we're only going to have two teams in this. We have a Rochester team and a Valley team.
There you go.
In lane 3 for Rochester, we have Dylan Steininger.
We are so used to broadcasting multiple lanes.
We are.
So this is a little different for us. But go ahead, please.
We have Dylan Steininger, Adam Brown, Calvin Sager, and Isaac Smith. And in lane 4 for Valley, Brandon Hoffman, Mason Stephen, Dakota Prater, and Mitch Smith. And here they go with that backstroke.
So Tippecanoe Valley in the lead here, about a body and a half lead.
It's still early though.
I just felt like I had to say something.
I know. We're used to talking a lot when there's so many, like say, so many teams going at one
So many
time and a lot
teams
to
and
say.
names, Yep. Just practice for us. We'll be doing the TRC here. That's not too very far away.
Yes.
Down at Mechaniqual.
I'm going to say about 2 more weeks.
A couple more weeks, we'll get that. That'll be an all-day event, one of our biggest and most viewed events we do all year in swimming. That same day, we'll have Mechaniqual TRC wrestling all day. And I hear that we're going up north somewhere. We're going to cover the HCC.
Oh, wow.
Or the Hoosier North, I'm sorry. So we'll see what happens there, but a lot going on.
All right. And here we are with the boys in the butterfly now in this section of the 200-yard medley relay.
I see Mr. Sager out there.
He is. He's giving it his all.
I always check to see if there's a lifeguard on duty when Calvin's in the water. He's doing a great job, though.
Yes. And then we'll have Isaac Smith finishing up on our freestyle leg here of the relay.
Anchoring that. Tippecanoe Valley about
They have a good lead there. So
length
yeah,
ahead
they're
of
about
them,
ready
so
to finish.
They'll finish up here.
So Valley with a nice finish there for their team on the 200-yard medley relay. And Isaac is coming right in though.
So again, tonight, swimming will be interrupted at 6:55. They're going to kick over to the basketball game, and then we've got multiple basketball games going on our multiple networks tonight. So you'll want to enjoy that. And then tomorrow night, again, we've got the big game, the girls basketball game. Northwestern rated #1 in 3A versus Oak Hill number 1 in 2A.
Should be a good game.
And those teams have been just having great years, and it'll be nice to see the two of them.
Absolutely.
We're going to the next event, Glenda, which is event 3, the girls 200-yard
freestyle.
And there you have it. You got our swimmers.
In lane, we have Mackenzie France. In lane 3, Adrian Shepard.
Mackenzie officially swims for North Miami, by the way.
Officially does, but she's listed as Rochester on here tonight. Adrian Shepard from Rochester in lane 3. Nicole Zemek, I'm not sure, from Tippy Valley. I'll do my best with that. And in lane 5, Paige Bodie from Rochester.
Excellent.
I need to get to know these swimmers from our local school, so.
Yeah,
Get
no,
those
it's great.
names right.
We're glad to fire this up. We hope to get all of our schools wired in such a way we can do more broadcasting of the swimming, the wrestling.
Right.
We're even looking at tackling track, which is a tough one with multiple events going on. So,
Yeah, it's impossible to film everything. You have to pick and choose. So we hope people understand that.
well, I want to give a shout out here to Elizabeth Wojcik. Elizabeth is our production coordinator for RTC, making sure that we look and sound good tonight. So thank you for your help, Elizabeth.
And it looks like we're going to have Adrian Shepard coming in first.
Nice job for the zebra right there.
Paige Bodie in lane 5 in second.
I think the Bodies just appreciate the fact we don't call her Bode.
I know it's always tough when we go out of town.
Yeah, there's away venues.
Other people don't know.
They don't know the Bodie name as well as we know it here in Fulton County.
Absolutely. And then Mackenzie coming in third, and then we have Nicole for Valley. And that will complete our
now.
200 freestyle, yes.
Nice job,
Great
ladies.
job by all the girls.
The gentlemen's score after the tournament relay, Tip Valley 8, Rochester 4. Swimming in the 200 freestyle, lane 1, Lane Backus, lane 3, Brody Stone, lane 4, Mitch Smith, lane 5, Ethan Brady.
She just gave us the names of those in the freestyle.
What are we doing? We're just going to sit here, sit back, relax, and enjoy. See right up there where there's a block missing?
Yes.
That's exactly where I want to put my camera. It would get the whole pool. You can
That
see the
would be
whole
a good
thing from the
spot.
side the whole time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good placement.
It's some work to do that, but we'll get it there. Again, there's water, there's a pool. We're here. A little nervous about having all my equipment on the deck, though. It's a lot of,
Awfully close to water.
I've lifted all of my cords and all of my
Yes.
blocks up onto other pieces. Why don't you give us a recap again?
All right. We have Lane Backus of Rochester in lane 1, Brody Stone from Rochester in lane 3, Mitch Smith of Valley in lane 4, and Ethan Brady of Rochester in lane 5.
So this is event 4, the boys 200-yard freestyle. Got to give credit to our referees as well. They do an outstanding job every year.
Absolutely.
Kids have a lot of fun with that. And they do a fair job. They really explain things to the kids and they work with them. A nice job. It's a little closer than the women's race here.
So far, they are. They are staying pretty close, pretty tight. Makes for some good competition there.
It does. Makes you swim faster.
It does. They're spreading out a little bit now as we've made a couple of turns. Sometimes those flip turns make all the difference.
All the difference.
And it is a 200, so you have a little distance there. Not exactly a sprint. Brody Stone's looking real good out there in lane 3.
Brody, a strong swimmer, brings a lot to the team. What year is Brody?
I want to say a junior.
I'm looking at the wall behind us. I do not see him up with a poster
No,
for
he's
the
not
seniors.
a senior. I think he's a junior.
Okay, very good.
And then we had Ethan coming in next in lane 5, and quickly right behind him I think is Lane Backus, and then Mitch Smith. And that will do it for the boys 200 freestyle.
Very nice. Mitchell Smith, one of our producers over at Tippecanoe Valley. You guys have heard him do some calls before, so glad to get him on the other side of the camera being filmed.
This is the girls' 200-yard IM, and it is a difficult swim. I always admire these kids for doing this, where they have to do all 4 strokes. So.
And this is something that Abby McCarter used to do exceptionally well.
Yes, she was exceptional at all. And it is tough because you have to be able to do all 4 strokes well if you're going to place in this when you get to the TRC and the bigger meets, the sectionals.
And this is one of those situations where you're going to have some swimmers out front rooting them on. Not a whole lot we can do about that with that camera angle.
So again, we have Mallory Hyatt from Rochester in lane 1, Megan McLaughlin from Rochester in lane 3, Olivia Livengood from Valley in lane 4, and Gracie Andrews of Rochester in lane 5.
Again, we're just excited to be here tonight, bringing this to you live. A lot of work just to get the connections right. So we got the cameras working, and now we'll work on getting those placed in such a way that you can see a little bit more of the action. Right now, lane 4 with the lead. I sure like our table compared to sitting up in the stands, though.
That is nice, yes.
I feel a little spoiled tonight.
Get to sit in a real chair.
Yeah, I've only got you next to me. Don't have to worry about anybody else. And
not crowded.
Well,
not too hot. It's actually, fairly cool over here.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
Yeah. Here they are in their breaststroke. Lane 4 has just a little bit of that lead after the turn, but lane 3 and 5 right there close by. They're all doing a great job on this. Actually fairly close for this event.
Make their turns into the freestyle. Lane 4 and 5.
Very close. And it looks like it's going to be lane 4, Tippy Valley's Olivia Livengood taking the first place in this event.
Nice job.
And that was Gracie Andrews in lane 5 coming in second.
Gentlemen, score at the end of the 200 freestyle. Rochester 17, Tippecanoe Valley 10. Swimming in the gentlemen's 200-yard IM. Lane 1.
And here we have the boys getting ready for the 200-yard IM.
Okay, we'll get that changed on your board here. Sorry, I was having to check
That's
our
okay.
connectivity. This is event number 6, if I have that correct.
Yes, you are correct.
And it's going to be the boys' 200-yard IM.
They're still getting some things set up here, so
Okay.
be just a moment.
Okay. Well, he's back.
He is. We have Calvin Zager of Rochester in lane 1. Grady McGriff of Tippy Valley in lane 2. Reese Reaney of Rochester in 3. Brandon Hoffman of Tippy Valley in lane 4. And Anthony Peterson in lane 5 from Rochester.
Excellent.
And they start out with that dreaded butterfly stroke. Doing their best.
You know, there are people in this world who revel in that.
I know that, and I really admire those people. I do. I have a lot of respect for them. It is difficult.
Some serious
You got to have some
shoulder
good
maneuvering.
shoulders.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Strong arms there. And
Well, proud of our boy, proud of all the boys out there.
they all work hard for this. They really do.
Like Calvin and Grady need to have been practicing together. They're
Looks
almost
that way,
stride
doesn't
for
it?
stride there.
And now they'll be in the backstroke. We've got lane 3 and 4, and quite a bit of lead there, and they're staying together. And then the other 3 lanes are fairly close.
Reese Reaney from Rochester and Hoffman from Tippy Valley.
Yes.
That's Brandon Hoffman, both neck and neck right now
Yes,
as they
they
go
are.
into their next flip. Not really a flip there as much as a push off.
I have to say, it's hard for me. I need
Into
to
the
be yelling
breaststroke.
for my child, and I can't do that when I have the headset
You
on.
can take
So
the headset off and yell for Calvin if you'd like. We'll forgive that.
I might need to do that here.
Okay. Teams out here shouting. I see Calvin's falling behind Grady there in lane 1. Get a good view of him today. Sorry, I had to dig in there. Just wanted to know I was here. Rooting him on. Well, as we're in the freestyle there in 3 and 4, Reese Reaney and Hoffman going at it. Here the team's cheering him on. Hoffman comes off the block just a little faster. Reaney's going to try and make it up. You can look down to those center 2 lanes. We'll see what happens down there. Nice and tight. And lane 4 was your winner by 4/100ths of a second.
Come on, Sager, let's go!
And Calvin here on his last leg. Get those legs kicking, boy.
Go, Sager!
Well, nice swim there by all 5 of those young men. That's going to take us over to the...
Okay, I'm back.
Yes, you are.
Sorry for that.
The next event is a JV,
They're throwing me a curveball here. Hold on.
50-30. There are only 3 in this. Lane 1, Ashland Hudson.
So they're calling this a JV 50.
Right, so we actually have 2 heats of the 50 here for the girls.
There we go. Like that, getting them some experience.
Yeah.
This is the sprint. You've got 3 swimmers separated by a lane apiece. Give us the names, Glenda.
Yes, they are all from Rochester. In lane 1, we have Ashlyn Hudkins. Lane 3, Sarah Rohr. And in lane 5, Isabel Mignano.
Thank you. Again, all 3 Rochester JV swimmers. Just swimming against the pool right now, as they
you
say.
know, improving their own times,
Yep.
and that's a lot of what it is in swimming. So we're glad to see that. Get as many out there as we can, getting that experience.
Absolutely. Now, I want to commend Tippecanoe Valley Schools while I have a second here on this 50. There's a game Friday night, Rochester Valley basketball here at Rochester,
Okay.
and some announcements have gone out for Tippecanoe Valley fans from Tippecanoe Valley Schools for the fans to wear black and gold in honor of Brian Hooker, the Rochester coach who passed away this past week. So
I think that's awesome. It's
I
a
don't think
great
I've
gesture.
ever seen a rival come so full circle to show that we really are just one community. So you guys all know I'm a sucker for community. So I want to thank Tippecanoe Valley School Systems for even just the thought of that.
Absolutely. I think both of these schools have done well in the past of supporting each other when there have been tragedies. So it's
Absolutely.
gone both ways.
You got to come together.
Okay, here we have Heat 2 in Lane 1, Madeline Calloway of Rochester. Lane 2, Maddie Woodward of Valley. Lane 3, Riley Rao of Rochester. Lane 4, Maddie Fear from Tippy Valley. And Lane 5, Elizabeth Swango from Rochester.
And that's going to be lane 3, followed by lane 4, followed by lane 1. So 3, 4, 1.
Okay. And that's Riley Rao in lane 3 coming in first.
Nice job, Riley.
It's such a quick one. You
It
don't
is
dare
a
look
quick
away
race.
while they're swimming that
It
one.
is a quick race.
Score is 25 for Rochester, 18 for Tippecanoe Valley. Next event is the 53, swimming in lane 1, Ethan Brady.
We have the boys' 50-yard freestyle coming up. Carmen Reeves with the call.
Lane 4, Dakota Prater. Lane 5, Adam Brown.
There's only one heat for the boys. So. Again, that's Rochester in lanes 1, 3, and 5. And Valley swimmers in 2 and 4.
Names here.
Okay, lane 1 is Ethan Brady from Rochester. Lane 2, Ethan Perkins from Valley. Lane 3, Dylan Steiniger of Rochester. Lane 4, Dakota Prater of Valley. And lane 5, Adam Brown of Rochester. And lane 3 and 4, they're real close. From back here anyway.
Yeah, lane 4 is going to take it, followed by lane 3, then lane 5.
Okay, that's Dakota Prater and then Dylan Steininger.
Excellent.
Nice job by all those young men.
Pool is now open for warm-ups for 10 minutes.
So they're going to put the pool on warm-up.
Right. If some schools have diving in the middle, and this is where diving would occur, but we do ours at the beginning. So when we come back, we'll be ready for the girls' 100-yard butterfly.
Excellent.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Enjoy the game with an ice-cold Coke. Locally owned and operated since 1907, Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo proudly supports 28 high schools in north central Indiana. Our starting lineup of brands are sure to keep you hydrated on the sidelines and at home. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Kokomo. RTC TV4 thanks you for watching tonight's broadcast. Sponsorship and advertising opportunities are available, and free production is included with every sponsorship package. If you are seeing this, then your customers are seeing it too. RTC TV4. See for yourself. Please support the local sponsors who make this production possible.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer simply free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
This is the 32nd time Christmas has been hosted in this house.
Glenn and I did not win the 50-50 raffle, so we're going to have to stay and work.
I guess so.
I was going to retire on that today, too. But hey, we've got the girls' 100-yard butterfly coming up very soon here as they've cleared the pool after warm-ups. And I see Mr. Smith, the IRS, will be talking to him next week about his winnings.
Well, it all goes to a good cause.
It does. Carmen Reeves is one of the only people that I know that says Tip Valley. She doesn't say Tippy Valley. She says Tip Valley.
I sometimes shorten it to just Valley. You know, everybody has their way of saying it, but you're right. I think she's unique in that.
Had some discussions with school board members on whether or not Valley was a derogatory terminology. And
No, I don't think of it that way. It just sure is. I happen to be an alumni.
You actually are a Tippecanoe Valley
yes.
graduate here.
I am.
You should be one of those distinguished alumni.
I guess I'm not distinguished enough.
No, not quite enough.
No.
You still consider yourself an Akron Flyer. I know you do.
I'm still working on that. Yes, at heart, I'm an Akron Flyer. But
well, let's run down the lanes here. Glenda, where are we at?
Right here we have Evie Goodman of Rochester in lane 1. Lane 2 is Sabrina Stum of Valley. Lane 3, McKenna Bill of Rochester. Lane 4, Jersey Conley of Tippy Valley. And lane 5, Paige Bodie of Rochester.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Again, it's not the best of our camera angles we've ever done, but it'll get us through tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying it sitting there watching at home. I see we've got a number of viewers. A couple of viewers down in Florida. Welcome. Wish we were there.
We sure do.
It's not been cold. It's just been dark.
It's not been bad here, but yeah, winter just gets to be too gray, and anywhere with sunshine would be preferable for me.
It really would. Really would.
And we see McKenna Beal out there doing a great job. She's, in fact, just finished.
McKenna there in lane 3. Decent time, 1:07.28.
That is better than on her sheet.
On her qual time. I don't know if that's a PR or not. It looks like it might be.
And Paige Bodie just came in down there in lane 5. I can't see lane 1 very well.
It's the closest one to us.
I know.
I'm just kidding. She's done. So we have Sabrina in lane 2 here finishing up. You hear them cheering her on?
Absolutely.
Like to have that.
I would cheer for anyone who manages to finish this event.
You're in the pool. You got my hats off to you.
Absolutely.
It's swimmers, wrestlers, football, basketball, track. It doesn't matter. Dr. Feldman sneaking in there.
He's a great asset for our team and really works with the kids.
Great asset for the community. Jared Feldman, if you don't know him here, works for Rochester Woodlawn Pediatrics here in Rochester, and just a great doctor and a great guy and a huge supporter of this sport.
We're ready for the boys now, and kind of unusual, but we have only one swimmer. We have Isaac Smith in lane 3 of Rochester.
In this, what event here?
Going solo on the 100-yard butterfly.
All right, let's see how you do here.
So he's going to have to just work for his very best time without someone swimming next to him. And, if anybody can do that, it's Isaac. He kind of has that inner drive, I think.
So this is the boys' 100-yard.
100-yard butterfly, yes.
Don't know why I don't have it in my inventory of event names, but we'll put it here.
Well, let's get that in there.
I have event 11 and event 12, but no. Hey, there it is. It's that easy, folks. We make it that easy at RTC.
Great.
I suppose I can come up here and try and zoom the camera in on poor old Isaac. This is officially the Isaac Smith show all of a sudden. Good for you, Isaac.
It is right now. I have a sneaking feeling he's going to come in first in this event.
He might win this one. He might. Now, again, you're swimming against the pool here at this point.
Yeah, and you're just trying to improve your own time, and that's always out there for the swimmers every time they swim. So.
That's what you hope.
Absolutely.
Tried to zoom in just a little, took you off of the end cap a little bit, but
Rochester 53, Tip Valley 25.
I figure if you have a 75, 80-inch screen TV, man, you can see this stuff clear as a bell.
That's probably true, yes.
Callaway, 2, Sabrina Stone, 3, Ellie Shea, 4, Lena Deshawn, 5 from North Miami.
So this is event 11, the girls 100-yard.
Girls 100-yard freestyle.
So not as quick as the 50, but a pretty quick race nonetheless.
Yes,
here we go.
is.
And your 4 swimmers, Glenda, 5 swimmers.
5 swimmers. Madeline Calloway in lane 1 from Rochester. Sabrina Stum in lane 2 for Tippy Valley. Lane 3 is Ellie Shank of Rochester. Lane 4, Elena Deshawn of Tippy Valley. And Mackenzie France in lane 5 for North Miami / Rochester. I always have to look twice now because Elena Deshawn did swim for Rochester for a while, but this year she is with Valley, so we recognize that name.
No, I didn't say that. You got to go where it's best for the kid. We've talked about moving our kids, and we've kept them at Rochester because it's a good fit for Calvin. But
yeah, sometimes it's tough to know what to do.
Exactly.
And we have Ellie Shank there in lane 3, with strong turn and coming in for her time. Great job there. And I believe lane 4 was next, Elena Deshawn. Pretty good time there for Ellie.
102.91.
Not her best, but it was pretty close. So still a good time.
Very good. And last swimmer finishing up here. Nice, got finished up. It's going to take us over to the boys, I believe.
We're ready for the boys, 100-yard freestyle.
Gentlemen, 100-yard freestyle. Lane 1,
Nope.
Lane Backus.
Named it wrong.
Lane 2, Mitch Smith. Lane 3, Reese Green. Lane 4, Mason Stephen. Lane 5, Dylan Simon.
And again, what event is this, Glenda?
This is the boys 100-yard freestyle.
Event number 12?
Event number 14.
14, thank you.
And they're off.
There we go.
Like it's a sprint.
So, we look at the events.
Sorry, top.
Okay.
Pretty closely matched there in lane 3 and 4. That's Reese Reaney and Mason Stephen of Rochester and Tippy Valley, respectively. And right behind them is Dylan Steininger in lane 5. So they're pretty close. Making that final turn. It is going to be a close one. All right. It looked like Reese Reaney in lane 3 taking that one.
I love the faces people make when they realize that their back's been to a camera the entire time. Oh, sorry.
We do get that occasionally.
We do, and you know, I'm not going to be bullying people out of position when they're rooting on their teammates.
And especially,
you know what I mean?
you know, this is our first time being here, so they're not used to having a camera
No, they're not.
here around the pool.
And again, my goal is to mount one that will be unobtrusive and will stay out of the kids' way. Couldn't get that done. We had 2 meets this week.
Yes.
Let's wrap it up and get a couple. So hopefully you're enjoying a little bonus coverage here of live swimming and diving from Rochester Middle School.
We're ready for event 15, the girls 500-yard freestyle.
There you go. And who are our swimmers here, Glenda?
I'm gonna let them take off first.
Okay.
There they go. In lane 1, Elena Bodie of Rochester. In lane 2, Nicole Zemek of Tippy Valley. Lane 3, Gracie Andrews of Rochester. Lane 4 is Olivia Livengood of Tippy Valley. And in lane 5, Riley Rao of Rochester.
As you can see, for this, they've got counters, and those counters stay down at this end of the pool.
Absolutely.
Those counters have scorecards or sheets, cards, in fact, that they put down in the water. Kids can see the numbers on.
Right. They've got to be watching at all times and see what's going on.
So they put those cards up, down under the water. It tells them what lap they're on as they come down.
And understandably so. I'm sure if I was the swimmer, it would be a little difficult to keep track when I'm doing that many laps, and you need to know for sure. So.
Yeah, a lot of respect for the kids out there swimming the 500.
Right.
That is a lot of laps.
It is. It is the swim of endurance.
And Calvin tends to enjoy that one, actually.
He actually does, and he does it pretty well.
He does okay. Takes what, 4, 5, 6 minutes per to complete the
depending on how fast the swimmer,
20 down and backs.
Sometimes 6.
7.
5, 6 minutes, sometimes 7, depends on
At
the
9
swimmer.
minutes, we start sending people into the water to look for them, but
hey, I wouldn't even make it, so.
No, ma'am.
You know I wouldn't.
A lot of respect for, again, all the student athletes. You know, our son gets home 9 o'clock. He's got homework. He does homework for a couple hours.
And he's tired. And
yeah, it's time for bed and do it all over again.
Get up in the next morning and go out early again, right?
And it's that way for many, many athletes, male and female alike.
Absolutely. So they really put their heart and soul into this sport, and it's great to see what they're doing with it today.
The amount of calories our son can consume and not gain a pound is amazing because of all of the energy it takes that he's expending out here. And again, just hats off to all the athletes, that we cover here on RTC TV4. There's a reason that we provide this coverage, and one of those is to highlight these kids and their efforts. So thanks for tuning in. Again, this is the first time we've ever been live from the natatorium here at RMS. We're a little obtrusive today down here in the corner, but not so bad. So hopefully you're enjoying some of the play-by-play. We will have basketball coming on at 6:55 tonight. That's about 40 minutes from now. So if we're not quite finished here, you will see an immediate switch over on your cable guide for those watching on cable here in Rochester. All 4 of our networks, channel 304, 341, 342, and 343 will have live events tonight. We've only got 4 channels, but we've got other events happening, so I think we have 6 total live events tonight, not counting this.
Wow, that's great.
So a lot happening. Tune into rtc4.com to watch any of the action live or on demand at your discretion.
Well, it is amazing how many sporting events there are, sporting events alone, but there are also sometimes, concerts and all kinds of other activities as well. But there's a lot going on every night in our school systems.
Absolutely. And we are sitting here, I think this is event number 275 since August 1st.
Wow.
So
that is amazing.
We are basically on pace for 2.5 to 3 videos every day.
That's a lot.
And really that's some days with 10 and some days with none, but we do our best to provide all this coverage for you, and hopefully you enjoy it.
Well, I know you can't, be at every event. There are just too many, so I'm sure it's appreciated whenever you can air an event or have it filmed so that they can go back into those archives and take a look at it.
Before I'm done, my goal is to cover every event. We'll see if it can happen. But
that's a pretty lofty goal. But
it's a lofty goal with 8 schools, and we've guaranteed 10 games for boys basketball, 10 games for girls at each of those schools. So there's 160 that you've got to get crewed up, and you've got to get all your people ready to go for those. Then you throw in the other events, the wrestling that we do, the swimming events that we cover. There's a lot happening.
Absolutely.
And I would say that the most furious of it is happening right now over the next few weeks in January before we kick into some new things. Now, if you are tuning in, I'll announce it here for the very first time. We're going to add instant replay. We've been playing with that, and starting this week, you'll see some of our productions start to come out with instant replay.
That's pretty amazing.
Not a whole lot you're going to see here on the swimming for instant replay right now tonight, but we have invoked that, and we are trying to play around with that. Something very handy, would have been very handy over the years, and so we're going to try and roll that out for you. Always something new coming here. As I said, next year at this time, I hope to have cameras up in here where I don't have to set them up. I can just tap into them and provide great coverage of every home event here.
Sure. We just heard the bell that marks the last lap for the lead swimmer.
Yeah, we're using a bell. We were using a horn for a while.
Now the bell's a little better with me. The horn knocks a few people out of their seats.
Kind of does.
We're just coming up close to the 6-minute mark, it looked like. Yep, just past the 6-minute mark. So.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank everybody again for tuning in.
And there we have our first place. That is lane 5. And that is Riley Rao for Rochester.
Excellent. Nice job, Riley.
Lane 4 coming in next.
Looks like she came in at 6:11.
Next to her was Olivia Livingood in lane 4 from Tippy Valley. And then our last 3 swimmers coming all in, pretty close at the same time. Oh, we have one more going still. But, yeah, this is some good times there for these girls tonight.
Well, things seem to be moving quickly only on 2 teams here.
With 2 teams and not particularly large teams, yes, things are progressing very quickly tonight. So we probably won't be here too late, and you may be done before your basketball game starts.
That would be great.
I think that might be a possibility tonight.
I remember looking up at Zionsville a couple of weeks back, and before I realized that we had been on the air for almost 4 hours nonstop. So
right.
Those get to be long events.
Those are long events, and you're talking about sometimes 4 heats of each event. And so with that many teams, it can be rather lengthy.
No, it really can, and it's great. We enjoy the day. We enjoy the viewers that we get from all over the country.
We get to see a lot of schools that we don't normally see.
Yeah.
And some very impressive swimmers.
And provide coverage for some schools that have never been covered. So we enjoy that. We hope they do as well. But
I thought it was very well received at Zionsville.
I thought so too. They treated us very well, and everybody's doing a great job here
Yeah.
today. So. Still finishing up the girls' 500-yard freestyle. Looks like she's finishing now here in lane 2.
She is, and the boys are getting ready to take their spots. They seem to keep events moving quite along at all these swim meets. So
Boy, they do.
They are really good about that, making sure the next event is ready to go.
So that's going to take us
there.
over to the boys. 500.
Lane 1, Brody Stone. Lane 3, Mason Beal. Lane 4, Dakota Prater. Lane 5, Adam Brown.
Okay, so Rochester has 3 swimmers in this event, and Tippy Valley has 1. And as she said, we have Brody Stone in lane 1 from Rochester, Mason Beal in lane 3, can't get that right, lane 3 for Rochester, Dakota Prater in lane 4 from Tippy Valley, and Adam Brown from Rochester in lane 5. There's that whistle from Coach Reaney that only the swimmers know what that means. Special signal.
The whistles. They all mean something.
They do.
I think he just told somebody to go get him a sandwich. Yeah, we hear those whistles. We've been listening to those whistles the past 4 years.
And that's Mason Beal in lane 3 that is got a good lead out there. He has a pretty good time in this event. His seed time on the sheet is 4:56.96, so just under 5 minutes.
Apologize for that. We lost our stream for a moment. On the 500, you didn't miss too much.
Probably not.
Still in the 500 here. I apologize.
It happens sometimes.
It does happen.
They're still going strong. And there's the bell signaling the last lap, at least for Mason Beal in lane 3, who is in the lead right now. And you can see him going into his sprint. Not quite going to beat his time, but he still is going to have a good time. He's just going to be over 5 minutes.
Over there in lane 4?
Lane 3.
Lane 3, thank you. So lane 4 takes the win, though, I believe.
Nope, it's lane 3.
5:08.
5:08.10. So just a little bit slower than his seed time in here, but a really good time tonight.
And a strong swimmer all the way through.
Yes, absolutely. He's got a smile, so I think he's pretty happy with that
doing
swim
all right
today. Yes.
Well, after break and all that festive food, I would sink. And it's already 2 weeks after the New Year. I would still sink.
And there's lane 4 coming in next. That was Dakota Prater of Tippy Valley.
Lane 5 finishing up now, and lane 1 still working here.
Lane 5 and 1 still have a few to go.
Still have a lap or 2 left.
And that's okay. Going steady.
So again, we're about 30 minutes away from the pregame show at Rochester High School getting started.
Did you say that's boys basketball?
I believe so.
All right, there we have Adam Brown finishing and Brody Stone coming in right behind him. And that is our 500-yard freestyle complete.
500 free.
The score at the end of the 500 is 73-36 Rochester. And next event's the 200-yard freestyle relay.
Event 17, the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay.
All right, swimming in lane 2. McLaughlin, Shank, Brown, Bodie, lane 4. Conley, Fears, Living Good, lane 5. Hutchins, Onano, Callaway, and Roy.
All right, the 200 freestyle relay. Lane 3 and 4, they're fairly close. This is sometimes where those flip turns can make a difference.
Absolutely.
And lane 3 takes just a little bit of a lead there.
Well, the battle's definitely going to be between 3 and 4. 3's got about 3 body lengths on 4.
stretching that lead out a little bit for lane 3, which is Rochester, and their anchor is Elena Bodie. So she'll be doing her best here to bring home the win for Rochester. And there is a first place for the Rochester team in lane 3. Lane 4 coming in second for Tippy Valley. And lane 5, Rochester finishing up. Great race for all of them.
Gentlemen's score at the end of the 500, 72 to 34, Rochester. Swimming in the 200-yard freestyle, lane 3, Stowe, Backus, Sager, Beal, lane 4, Perkins, Stephen, McGriff, Prater, lane 5, Steiner, Peterson, Brady, Rainey.
All right, the boys 200-yard freestyle relay. All right, we've got Rochester in lane 3 and 5, and Tippy Valley in lane 4. Brody Stone is out there first for the Rochester team in lane 3, and Brody just did the 500, by the way, so he is back in the pool quickly.
You guys got more endurance, I'll tell you what. That's meant for the youth, isn't it? Good for them.
All right, and lane 3 and 5 finishing up pretty close there at the same time. This could be close for both the Rochester teams. That's Lane Backus in lane 3 and Anthony Peterson in lane 5, and they're making their turn. Lane got a little bit of an edge, but to Anthony is right there.
Yeah.
Nice. This could be close. A nice little rivalry for both the teams here. A little
got
competition.
Sager getting ready to hit lane 3.
Absolutely. All right, and there goes Calvin Sager in lane 3 and Ethan Brady in lane 5.
I like seeing those two going up against each other.
And these boys are all friends, you know, but it's
absolutely.
good competition for them. And there's that flip turn.
Sorry, I had to mute me.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm really trying hard to hold it back because I want to just yell. And there they come, and we'll get our anchors, and this is going to be really close.
It will be really close between the two Zebra teams, again in lanes 3 and lane 5.
In lane 3, we have Mason Beal as the anchor, and in lane 5, Reese Reaney.
So they're putting up their best against their best right now. Let's see.
It's gonna really come down to just the last itty bitty section here. Let's see what happens. And then it's lane 3.
Lane 3, 1:46.77.
Nice time.
Versus a 1:46.82, 5/100ths of a second.
They were very well matched, weren't they?
Separate those two teams.
That was really fun to see.
That was fun to see those two swim against each other, or in fact, all those
kids. The whole
kids.
team, yeah. They were so well matched.
Tippecanoe Valley came in third there with a 1:59.12.
And if I had to guess, I'd say the coaches planned it that way, that those teams were pretty well matched against each other.
There was a reason. They know what they're doing. Is this event?
This would be event 19.
19.
The girls' 100-yard backstroke.
I think I've got that in my system. Let's look. Dun, dun, dun. Event 19, the girls' 100-yard backstroke. Glenda, we've got swimmers in lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
We do. Mallory Hyatt is in lane 1 from Rochester. Lane 2 is Maddie Woodward of Tippy Valley. Lane 3, McKenna Beal from Rochester. And in lane 4, Maddie Fear from Tippy Valley. And lane 5, Evie Goodman of Rochester.
Excellent. Thank you for that.
Nice to see all 5 lanes full there.
Well, based on this, we should finish up right before the basketball game pregame tips off. So,
trying to sneak some picks in here every once in a while. It's great to see the swimmers cheering on their teammates.
finished up there. Last swimmer touches. Your top there was 109.53 out of lane 3 was your winner.
That was McKenna Beal. And now we have the boys getting ready here for the 100-yard backstroke.
Event number 20, boys 100-yard backstroke.
We have Isaac Smith from Rochester in lane 3, Brandon Hoffman from Tippy Valley in lane 4, and Anthony Peterson in lane 5 from
Excellent.
Rochester.
Thank you.
You know, with such small teams, these kids have to swim some events back to back or, you know, really close to each other, so they're really getting a workout tonight.
They are. Never really thought of the Rochester pool as small until we saw some of the 8 and 10 lane pools.
Yes.
Dive pools to the side, dive pools with underground viewing areas.
It gives you a little different perspective when you get out there in the world, you know, same as always.
But you think the investment of this pool is millions of dollars.
Right, and we're very fortunate to have it. We do have some schools, you know, in the area that don't have pools,
Yeah,
so we're fortunate to have one.
No, Winnemac, as far as our partners are concerned, Winnemac, Culver, Argus, they don't have any swimming.
Right.
North Miami has a swimmer who comes up here to swim.
Right, because they don't have
Pioneer's
swimming.
got a nice pool. They've done some improvements to it over the past few years. Tippy Valley, of course, Rochester.
So we're glad that we do have a pool.
So your top there was lane 4 with a 104.06.
All right, we're ready for the girls' 100-yard breaststroke, event 21.
Event 21 now on the board.
We have Megan McLaughlin in lane 1 for Rochester. Lane 3 is Adrian Shepard from Rochester, and lane 4, Jersey Conley of Tippy Valley. Ellie Shank in lane 5 for Rochester. We've got some strong swimmers in the breaststroke for the girls here.
Excellent. Lane 3 with the early lead.
And it looks like Adrian Conley there in lane 3 with the lead right now. And that's Adrian coming in first with a time of 1:23.74. Ellie Shank in next. Megan McLaughlin. And Jersey Conley.
Gentlemen, score at the end of the backstroke, 91-42. Swimming in the 100 400-yard breaststroke. Lane 2, Brady Grip. 3, Mason Beal. 4, Mason Shepard. 5, Calvin Sager. 6, Ethan Furby.
And it looks like we may be short a couple of swimmers from what she just said, but that's okay.
Scratch at 1 and a scratch on 6.
Right.
It's going to leave 4 swimmers. 2 from Valley, 2 from Rochester.
Right.
Lane 2 is Grady.
That's correct.
Lane 3 is Mr. Beal, I believe.
Lane 3 is Mason Beal. Lane 4 should be Mason Steven.
Okay, lane 5, Calvin Sager.
Right. And they're off in the 100-yard breaststroke.
Beal and Stevens going pace for pace in 3 and 4. And quite frankly, Calvin and Grady going pace for pace in lanes 2 and 5.
Yeah, lane 3 and 4, they're just right together.
Stride for stride. Mason going to turn it on right here.
And that was Mason Beal coming in first in that event.
So Grady's going to edge out Calvin by about 2 strokes.
Mason Steven came in second from Tippecanoe Valley, and then Grady McGriff and Calvin Sager.
A nice job. We're going to have event 23 coming up, second to the last for the ladies. This is the 400-yard freestyle relay.
Next is the score after the 100 breast, 107 to 47. The 400 freestyle relay for the ladies, lane 3, Andrews, Modi, Shepard, Beal. Lane 4, Sean, Stone, Woodward, Zipke. Lane 5, Modi, Goodman, Hyatt, Swanker.
And this is the last event for the girls, the 400-yard freestyle relay. Lane 3 is Rochester's team, starting with Gracie Andrews. Lane 4 is Tippecanoe Valley with Elena Deshawn in the first leg here. And lane 5 is Rochester's Elena Bodie.
Lane 3 with about a 2 body length right now, or lead.
Pretty good lead there. This is a little bit longer swim with each swimmer doing 100, so you have a little more leeway in there for your teams to have time to catch up, or
up to coaches to anchor it properly and get your right people in the right places so that you come out on top at the end here. Nice turn there, lane 3.
The rest of the team for lane 3 is Paige Bodie, Adrian Shepard, and McKenna Beal. In lane 4 for Tippecanoe Valley, the rest of that team is Sabrina Stum, Maddie Woodward, and Nicole Zemek. And in lane 5 for Rochester, Evie Goodman, Mallory Hyatt, and Elizabeth Swango finishing that out. I want to make sure we get everybody's name in there because every member of that relay is important. Rochester. That's McKenna Beal as the anchor in lane 3. Getting started on her portion of the swim. And in lane 5, Elizabeth Swango for Rochester. And for the Tippy Valley team, that's Nicole Zemek jumping in for the anchor. And we just saw Rochester's team in lane 3 finishing. They've come in first. And that's the Rochester team in lane 5 finishing second. And that finishes up our girls' 400-yard freestyle relay.
Final event this evening, 400-yard freestyle. Swimming in 3, Brady, Stone, Reedy, Brown. 4, Lift, Hoffman, Perkins, Smith. 5, Backus, Smith, Peterson, Beal.
And our last event getting started here. In lane 3, we have the Rochester team. Ethan Brady, Brody Stone, Reese Reaney, and Adam Brown. Lane 4, the Tippy Valley team of Grady McGriff, Brandon Hoffman, Ethan Perkins, and Mitch Smith. And in lane 5 for Rochester, Lane Backus, Isaac Smith, Anthony Peterson, and Mason Beal. We've got that competition going on again between the two Rochester teams, and it might be a fight to the finish. We've got Adam Brown in lane 3 and Mason Beal in lane 5. And lane 5 takes it. Some good competition there between the two teams.
Well, that was some great competition tonight. I want to thank everybody again for joining us tonight here.
Yeah, we still have a swimmer going.
A swimmer in the water.
Everybody got all excited with those two being so close. You know, you get a close finish like that. Everybody is
absolutely
on it. But yeah, we have one more swimmer here to finish, and then we will have completed our 400-yard freestyle relay. This is Mitch Smith coming in for Tippy Valley. And a great showing for them there.
So 49 to 119, Rochester's going to win today.
111.
It's been a great time here. It was fun to do a swimming event here at Rochester.
It was fun. I thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank all of our sponsors and everyone involved. That was a great time. I was glad to get this done and do one live from Rochester. Again, here in about 2 minutes, folks, you're going to have Rochester live basketball coming up next. So, again, just want to thank everybody for all that they do for us, and we'll see you next time here on RTC TV4. Thanks again for watching.